today we are going to solve some really important questions of NSTSE, and trust me, these all questions are very interesting and very conceptual. Okay, so yes, some questions can have some calculation, but rest of questions are really conceptual. That means by using only small concepts, you can solve these all questions very quickly in no time. Okay, all right. So the first question is on the screen. So let me start with the very first question for today. So here, student, this is the first question, and first question says that 5 boys spend the same amount of money as 4 girls. Okay, that means there are 5 boys, right, and 4 girls. Okay, and 5 boys spend as much money as 4 girls spend. Okay, so in total 5 plus 4, that means 9 persons are there. If 9 of them spend 2,250 rupees altogether, okay, that means boys plus girls, they are spending 2,250 rupees altogether. Now, and every boy spend the same amount. Every boy spend the same amount of money. Just underline the line which are important in the question. Okay. So how much did each boy spend? Okay. All right. The question is very nice. Okay. Because in the question they are saying that 5 boys is equals to 4 girls, right? And 5 boys and the money spent by boys and girls is 2,250 rupees, right? That means half money boys will spend and half money girls will spend, right? Because they are spending equal money, right? Okay, so I can say that if I divide 2,250 with 2, it is nothing but equals to 1,125, right? That means 5 boys will spend 1,125 rupees. Same, 4 girls will spend 1,125 rupees, just half of money. Okay. Now the question is asking that how much money each boy spends. That means how much money one boy spends. Okay, so the amount spent by 5 boys is 1,125 rupees. So the amount spent by one boy will be 1,125 rupees divided by 5, which is nothing but equals to 225 rupees. So yes, option A is the right answer, because in the question it is given that every boy spent the same amount of money. So I can just directly divide it with 5 and you will get your answer. Perfect. So yes, 225 is your answer, and this is the detailed solution for the given question. Perfect. So the very first question for today, it is done. Now let's move to the second one. Alright, this is the second question for today. The second question says that which fraction is 2 by 3 more than 7 by 12? Okay, so let's suppose, okay, so basically the question is asking that which fraction is 2 by 3 more than 7 by 12? 2 by 3 more than 7 by 12? That means we have to add 2 by 3 to 7 by 12, right? 2 by 3 more than 7 by 12, that means we have to add 2 by 3 to 7 by 12 to get this fraction, right? So now the question is simple. We have to add these two numbers, that's it. Okay. So to add these two numbers, to add these two fractions, basically I can say, what I can do here, I can just make the denominator equal, right? And to make the denominator equal, what I can do, which is 2 by 3 plus 7 by 12, so just multiply and divide it with 4, right? Now it becomes 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 3 is 12, plus 7 by 12. Okay, so now the denominator is equal. So I can take the LCM now. It becomes 8 plus 7, right? 7 plus 7 is 14, 14 plus 1 is 15. So this is 15 by 12. Okay, now 15 by 12 is not in the option. So what I can do, I can just convert it into the mixed fractions, right? So to convert it into the mixed fraction, what should I do? Just divide it. This is 12 divided by 15, so 12 ones are 12, right? And the remainder is 3. So I can say this is nothing but 3 by 12. Okay, so 3 by 12, I think again I can simplify this. I can solve it a little bit, because 3 4s are 12, right? So this is 1 by 4, right? So 1 by 4, yes, option A is your right answer. Okay. So just try to simplify the given given fraction as much as you can, and then you will get your answer. That's it. Perfect. So this question is also done. What we have to do in this question, just add two fractions and then you will get your answer. That's it. So some questions are easy also in NSTSE, right? Alright. Now the next one. So this is your next question, my dear student. Choose the fraction that does not belong to the given set. Okay. So a set is given here basically, and the set is that 3 by 6, comma 5 by 10, comma 9 by 18, comma, and we have to find the next fraction which comes here. Okay. So basically, I can say that this is a series, right? And we have to find that which number or which term will come after 9 by 18, right? So for this, basically what I can do, one thing I can see here that 3 times 2 is 6, 5 times 2 is 10, 9 times 2 is 18. So basically the denominator is twice the numerator, right? The denominator is twice the numerator. Okay. So if I go with the option, okay, so 13 times 2 is 26. Yes. This is also 2 times. Okay. So 42 times 2 is not 86. So this option is not right. Okay. Because the denominator is twice the numerator. Yes, it is also twice and it is also twice. Okay, so now I can eliminate only option B, but I have three options now, option A, C and D, and I don't know that which one is correct. So for this, what we have to find out that which number will come in the numerator, right? If I can find, if I can do this, then I can solve the question. Okay, so this is 3 and this is 5, so 3 plus 2 is 5, right? And this is 5 and this is 4, so 5 plus 4 is 9. So plus 2 plus 4. The next number should be plus 6, right? So 9 plus 6 is what? 9 plus 6 is, I can say, this is 15, right? But we don't have 15 in the numerator in any option, right? So basically what we have to do, we have to just go with the option, right? So yes, the thing is that 3 by 6 is 1 by 2, right? 3 by 6, if I can simplify, it is 1 by 2, right? Okay, and 5 by 10, it is equals to 1 by 2, and 9 by 18, it is equals to 1 by 2. So now what I can do, my dear student? Okay, yes, 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 okay. This is the thing I just want to be focused, okay, that the question is that choose the fraction that does not belong to the given set. Okay, that's why I just try to go with the flow. Okay, because 99% students can make the mistake here. Okay, they just read the question very quickly and then they just try to solve the question. Okay, but they are not able to find the answer. Why? Because they are not reading the question very properly. Okay, but we are not in 99%. We are in the 1% who is going to select, right? Yes. So the question is, who does not belong to the given set? So yes, we can say that option B is your right answer because everyone is 1 by 2, right? 30 times 13, 2s are 26. This is again 1 by 2. This is again 1 by 2. Only option B is not equal to 1 by 2. So yes, it does not belong to the group, right? So just read the question very carefully. Then start to solve it. Okay, this thing I'm repeating again and again and again in each session because students make mistakes while reading the questions. Okay, alright, this is done. Now let's try to solve the next one. This is your next question. The figure is made up of identical rectangles. Okay, some rectangles are given in the question. What is its perimeter? Okay, so we have to find the perimeter here. So this width is given equals to 12.5 centimeter and this is given equals to 2 centimeter. Okay, so we have to find the perimeter. Perimeter is what? Perimeter is nothing but the sum of outer boundary, the length of outer boundary, right? So what is outer boundary means? Okay, so outer boundary means this boundary, right? Let me take this one. So it will be more visible to you. Okay, outer boundary means this boundary, right? This boundary. Perfect. Okay, so what we have to do basically, we have to find out the length of this boundary. Okay, length is 12.5 centimeters. This is 12.5 centimeter. Okay, and this length is 2 centimeters. Right. So this is 2. This is 2. This is 2. This is 2, and this is 2. So how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 10 times 2. Okay, 10 times 2 is there. Okay. Now the remaining part is this horizontal line, right? This horizontal line is remaining in the question. So basically, these small lines is basically what? Okay, these or the sum of all these small lines is nothing but 12.5 centimeter again, right? Because they are making a straight line again, right? So this is again 12.5 centimeter. Perfect. So yes, this is your answer, my dear students. Now you can add the numbers and you will get your answer is equal to 45 centimeters. Okay. Yes, 45 centimeter is your correct answer. Okay. Very good. Now let's move to the next question. So here is the next question on the screen. A number is greater than 50 but smaller than 59. It has only two factors. What is this number? Okay. So the number is, in the question it is given that the number is greater than 50. Greater than 50, that means it can be 51, right? And smaller than 59, that means 58. So from 51 to 58, it can be anything, right? 51, or it can be 52, it can be 53, it can be 54, it can be 55, it can be 56, or it can be 57, or it can be 58. Perfect. But my dear students, one thing is also given that it has only two factors. Okay, so if the number has only two factors, that means, okay, so basically for every number the two factors are fixed. Okay, so the first factor is 1 and the second factor is number itself. Okay, so 1 and the number itself, these will be the two factors of the number. Okay, no other factor is possible for that number. So I think to check for all these numbers will take some time in the exam. So what we can do in this situation? We can just go with the option, because with the option we have to check only the four numbers: 51, 53, 55, and 57, right? And 55 we can easily see that yes, 55 is divisible with 5, right? So this is not the right answer. So now we have only three options with me: 51, 53, and 57, right? So now, okay, one thing let me show you here. All right. So 53 is the number greater than 50 but smaller than 59, which has only two factors, 1 and 53. Okay, so this number has only two factors, 1 and 53. So yes, 53 is your right answer. Okay, 53 is your right answer. Now what about 51, my dear students? So 51, if I divide it with 3, so 3 ones are 3, the remainder is 2, and then 1, and then 3 sevens are 21. So yes, 3 is a factor for 51. So yes, it has factors greater than 2. It cannot be your answer. Similarly, this number is again divisible with 3. Okay, so this cannot be your answer. Okay, only 53 is the number which is not divisible with any number except 1 and the number itself. Right? So yes, this is your answer, option A. Okay, let's move to the next one. This is your next question. Now what is my next question saying? My next question saying that which number needs to be put into the dark cloud to have all the given calculations right. Okay, perfect. So the first one is, okay, let's suppose it is x. Okay, so basically we have to move from the back side, right? Because this number is missing. Let's suppose this is x. So if I subtract -2, then I will get this number. Then if I divide it with 3, then I will get this number. If I add 4, then I will get this number, right? So just go with the back. Okay, just go with the back direction. Okay. So here I'm adding 4, right? So just subtract 4. So 5 minus 4 is what? 5 minus 4 is 1, right? So yes, I can say that 1 plus 4, it is 5. Okay, that's why I'm saying you students that just go with the opposite direction. Okay, and do the reverse of all the mathematical operations. So this is addition. So just opposite of addition is subtraction, so just do the subtraction. So 5 minus 4 is 1. Okay. Now I have the division. So the opposite of division is what? It is multiplication. So just do the multiplication. 1 multiplied by 3 is 3. Okay. Now this is subtraction. So just do the opposite of subtraction. It is addition, right? So 3 plus 2, it is 5. So I can say yes, option A, 5 is your right answer. That's it. This is your solution. So whenever you are going from back to starting, so what you will do, just do the reciprocal of all the mathematical options. That's it. You will get your answer. Very good. Now let's move to the next question. This is the next question. What is the time 58 minutes before 5:34 p.m.? Okay, 58 minutes before 5:34 p.m. That means what we have to do here, 5:34 p.m. we have to subtract 58 minutes. Right? We have to subtract 58 minutes from 5:34 p.m. Correct? So what I can do here, my dear students? Okay, so this is a 54 minutes. And here I have 34 minutes. Okay. So let's suppose first I am subtracting only 34 minutes. Okay. So if I subtract 34 minutes, the time is 5:34. So if I subtract 34 minutes, then it will be 5 p.m. Right? It will be 5 p.m. Okay. So 34 minutes are subtracted now. So how much is left? 58 minus 34. 24 minutes are left. Okay, so now what we have to do? We have to subtract 24 minutes from 5 p.m. Okay, so if I subtract 24 minutes from 5 p.m., then what will be your answer, my dear students? Yes, just subtract 24 from 60. Okay, 60 and just subtract 34. So what is it? It is 6 and then it is 4. So this is 2. So this is 20. Yeah, so this is 24. Okay, so we have to subtract 24. Okay, yeah, so this is 36. Okay, so what is the time now? Okay, just before 5 it is 4. So this is 4:36. 4:36 is your time. Okay, perfect. Let me show you the detailed solution of this question. Alright, this question is done. Now let's move to the next one. This is your next question, my dear students. So here the next question says that a full glass of water weighs 400 grams. Okay, so this glass, I can say that this glass is full of water. Okay, and the weight is 400 grams. That means the total weight of glass and water is 400 grams. Right? An empty glass weighs 100 grams. An empty glass weighs 100 grams. Okay, so full glass weighs 400 grams. Empty glass weighs 100 grams. So I can say the weight of glass is equals to 100 grams. Okay, and the weight of water, a full glass water is what? So total is 400, right? Total is 400 to glass and water. So for water, it will be 400 minus 100, right? Because the glass weighs 100 grams. So this is now 300 grams. So the weight of a full glass water is 300 grams. Correct? Perfect. Now what is question asking? How much does a half-filled glass of water weigh? Okay, so half-filled glass of water weigh. Okay, so alright. So this glass is half full. Okay, so what we have to do in this? Okay, so a full glass water weighs 300 grams. So half glass water weighs 300 divided by 2, which is 150 grams, right? Perfect. And the weight of glass, it is 100 grams. Okay, so what is the total? Okay, so the total is 100 plus 150, which is 250 grams. 250 grams. Yes, option 2 is your right answer. Question is quite interesting, right? And quite conceptual. So the right answer is option C. Alright, let's move to the next question. So here is the next question on the screen. What is the value of the given expression? Alright, so one expression is given. It has addition, subtraction, multiplication. That means 3 different mathematical operations. Okay, so what we do when we have different mathematical operations in a single given expression, or different mathematical expressions in a given single expression. So what we will do? Yeah, we will use the BODMAS tool for this, right? Bracket of division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. So this is basically the order to solve the given mathematical operation, right? So this is 12 plus 15 multiplied by 4 minus 40 plus 2. Okay. So according to the BODMAS rule, first we have to solve the multiplication and then addition and then subtraction, right? So multiplication is this. So this is 12 plus 15, 4 ja 16 minus 40 plus 2. Okay. Now in the addition and subtraction, you can solve anything. You can solve the addition first or you can solve the subtraction first. Okay. This can be your choice. So 12 plus 60 minus 40 is what, my dear students? 60 minus 40 is 20. Okay. Now we can add these three numbers. Okay, 12 plus 2 is 22. Oh, sorry, 20 plus 2 is 22. So 12 plus 22. 2 plus 2 it is 4 and 2 plus 1 it is 3. So this is 34. Yes, 34. That means option C is your right answer. Alright. Let me show you the solution. The next question. So here is the next question. Rohit has 12 objects in his pencil case. Okay, so this is the pencil case. Okay, and he has 12 objects in the pencil case. Okay, 1/3 of the objects are pens, 1/2 of the objects are pencils, the rest of the objects are erasers. So how many erasers does Rohit have in his pencil case? Okay, so total objects. How many total objects are there? 12. Correct. Now in the second line it is given that 1/3 of the object are pens. So how many pens are there? 1/3, that means 1/3 of 12. Okay, 12 divided by 3, that means 4. Correct? 4 pens are there. Then 1/2 of the objects are pencils. Okay, so how many pencils are there? Okay, 1/2 of 12. Okay, that means 12 divided by 2, which is equal to 6. 6 pencils are there. The rest of the objects are erasers. Okay, so basically the total number of pens plus pencils. How many total number of pens and pencils are there? It is 4 plus 6, which is equal to 10. Okay, so in total we have 10 pens and pencils. So how many erasers are there then? How many erasers are there? Rest are erasers. That means it is 12. 12 total objects we have and 10 pens and pencils. So yes, 2 erasers we have. Right? So how many erasers does Rohit have in his pencil case? Yes, it is 2. 2 is your right answer. Okay, so what you have to do in this question? You just have to find out the total number of pens and pencils, and then you can easily find out the number of erasers. Right? Perfect. The next one. Alright, so here is the next question on the screen. Nitya counted the number of red, green and blue cards passing her school. Okay, so basically one diagram is given, and in diagram some red cards are given, some green cards are given and some blue cards are given. Okay, so she counted a total of 60 cards and drew a pencil graph. How many green cards did she count? Okay, alright, so now, as we can see in the diagram, how many cards are there in the diagram? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So in the diagram, it is 12, right? But she counts a total of 60 cards. 60 cards. Okay. So 60 divided by 12, it is what? This is 5, right? That means in the graph, in the picture graph, she is showing 1 card for the 5 cards, right? She is drawing only 1 card when she saw 5 cards, correct? When she counts 5 cards, then she draw a card, correct? So now the question is asking how many green cards she counts. Okay, so how many green cards are there? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so she draw 3 cards. She is drawing 3 cards. Right? If she is drawing 3 cards, then how many cards are there in total? Yeah, it is 5 multiplied by 3. That means it is 15 cars. Option D is your right answer. Because she's drawing only one car, then she counts 5 cars. Right? So 15, yes, option B is your right answer. Perfect, very good. Now let's move to the next one. So this is the next question. Sunny has a total of 72 animals in his farm. There are as many ducks as sheep. If the number of horses is twice the number of ducks, then how many legs are there altogether? Alright, these questions are very interesting. Okay, so Sunny has a total of 72 animals in his farm, right? So in 72 animals, there are some ducks, right? There are sheep, right? And there are some horses. There are some horses. And in total, they are 72, right? In total, there are 72 animals, correct? So now, they're saying that Sunny has a total of 72 animals in his farm. There are as many ducks as sheep, okay? So the number of ducks and the number of sheep are equal, right? Clear? And if the number of horses is twice as the number of ducks, right? That means the number of horses is twice. Okay, so that means here I have to divide it in 4 parts, right? The first part is for duck, the second part is for sheep, and these 2 parts for horses, right? Because horses are twice, correct? So if I divide 72 with 4, it is equal to 18, right? That means how many ducks are there? 18. How many sheep are there? 18. How many horses are there? The remaining 36. That means the 2 pairs of 18 and 18, right? Which is equal to 36. Now the question is asking for number of legs together. Okay, so how many legs one duck has? 2, right? So if one duck has 2 legs, then 18 ducks has 18 multiplied by 2, that is 36 legs. Correct? How many legs one sheep has? 4. So one sheep has 4 legs. So 18 sheep has 18 multiplied by 4 legs. Correct? Similarly, one horse has, okay, this is 72, right? Okay, again, one horse has 4 legs. So 36 horses have 36 multiplied by 4, which is equal to 144 legs. Clear? So these are the number of legs for different animals. Ducks has 36, sheep 72, horses 144. Correct? The question is asking for how many logs are there altogether. Right? So we have to add these all numbers. 144 plus 72 plus 36, it is 252 legs. 252, yes. Option C is the right answer. Correct? Now let me show you the detailed solution for this given question. Correct? Alright, this question is done. Now let's move to the next one. This is the next question. Complete the given number statement. Okay, so one number statement is given and we have to complete it. So basically 2 numbers are given. First one is 4 kilometer and 100 meters. The second one is 2 kilometer and 520 meters. Okay, so we have to subtract these 2 numbers and we have to convert it into the kilometers and meters, right? Okay, so how we can do this one? Okay. So this is 4 kilometers. So as we know, students, that in 1 kilometer there are 1000 meters, right? Perfect. So the first number is 4 kilometer and 100 meters, right? So 4 kilometer I can say 4000 meters, right? So this is 4000 meters plus 100 meters. That means 4100 meters. Correct? The next one is 2 kilometers and 520 meters. Okay, so 2 kilometers, I can say this is 2000 meters plus 520 meters, right? So this is 2520 meters. Okay, so what we have to do now? We have to just subtract the numbers, right? We have to just subtract the numbers. So if I subtract the numbers, then I will get, okay, so this is 4100 minus 2520. Okay, so 0 and 0, we have to do 0. So here I can't do anything, so I have to take carry. So this is 8, right? And again, I can't do anything in this, right? So yes, let me try to subtract this one. Okay, so 4,100 and minus 2520, right? So this is okay. So this is now 5, right? And this has to do to take give the carry back. So this is 1, right? So 1,580. Okay. So this I can write 1,000 plus 580. That means 1 kilometer and 580 meter. So 1 kilometer and 580 meter. Yes, option C is your right answer. Perfect. Now the next question. Okay, so here is the next question, my dear students. The next question says that there are 130 apples in basket A and 200 apples in basket B. So how many apples must be moved from basket B to basket A so that there will be some same number of apples in each basket? Okay, all right. So first, if I talk about basket A, there are 130 apples. If I talk about basket B, there are 200 apples. Okay. So in total we have 130 plus 200. That means 330 apples. Right. Now 330 apples we have to divide in two baskets. Right. In basket A and basket B, and each basket should have equal number of apples. So what we have to do? Yeah, just divide it with 2. If I divide this number with 2, it is 165. Okay, so one basket should have 165 apples, right? So the question is asking that, okay, how many apples must be moved from basket B to basket A so that there will be same number of apples in each basket. So now basket B have 200, but it should have 165. So how many we should move? Yes, 200 minus 165. That means this is 35. So 35, option A is your right answer. The floor has a mass of 1 kg. All right, that means this is the floor. You can see in the image. All right, let me yeah. So this is 1 kg. Okay. Then the mass of one bottle is, okay, so what is the mass of one bottle? Okay, and the total weight. The total weight is given equal to 1 kg and 500 gram, right? Okay, so the total mass of two bottles and floor, it is, you can see on the measurement board, right? That this is 1 kg and 500 grams, right? So in this, the weight of floor, it is 1 kg, right? So if I subtract 1 kg from 1 kg and 500 gram, it will be 500 gram, right? That means the weight for two bottles is 500 gram, right? And they are asking for the mass of one bottle. So what is the mass of one bottle? Yes, it is just half of it, right? So this is 250 grams. So I can say yes, option B is the right answer. Perfect. All right. Now let me erase this and let me show you the detailed solution for this given question. Perfect. All right. So the very first question for today is done. Let's move to the second one. All right. Here's the second question for today. The second question says that how many hours and minutes are there in 250 minutes? Okay. All right. So the total time given in the question, it is 250 minutes, right? Perfect. And we know that there are 60 minutes in 1 hour, right? There are 60 minutes in 1 hour. Clear? So 60 minutes, then you know the table of 60, right? So there's 120 minutes in 2 hours, right? 180 minutes in 3 hours, 240 minutes in 4 hours, right? Just add 60, 50 and 60, right? So yes, we can say that 250 minutes I can break into two parts, which is 240 minutes plus 10 minutes, right? So 240 minutes is nothing but 4 hours, right? And this is 10 minutes. So I can say that this is 4 hours and 10 minutes. Yes, option C is the right answer. Perfect. All right. Let me show you the detailed solution for this question. Perfect. Question number 2 is done. Now let's move to the next question. So here's the next question, my dear students. The question says that choose the line parallel to xy. Okay, so one line xy is given, and what we have to do, we have to find a line which is parallel to this line xy. Okay, so which one is parallel, right? Parallel line means what? Parallel line means what? It is that the distance between each point, the distance between each point is always fixed, right? So xy is, you can see it is parallel to gh. So yeah, option D, gh is your right answer. Okay, and how much distance is there? Okay, so if it is one square unit, then this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is 4 square units. Okay, but the question is only asking for that which line is parallel to xy, so you can directly tick option D. Yes, gh is parallel. Okay, next. Now the next one. Here is the next question on the screen. Choose the missing number. Oh, okay. So basically, this is 4001 ml, and this is 251 ml. So what you have to do, you have to just subtract these two numbers, right? You have to just subtract these two numbers, correct? This is what you have to do in this question. So if I subtract these two numbers, then 1 minus 1, it is 0, right? So you will take carry and you will take carry from here. So this becomes 10 minus 5, this is 5, right? And this becomes 7 and this becomes 3. So this is 3750 ml. 3750 ml. That means here's option C is the right answer. Perfect. Let me show you the subtraction. Correct? Alright, this is done. Now let me introduce you with the next question. Okay, so this is the next question, my dear students. The next question says that choose the correct statement. Okay, so some numbers are given here, right? And along with some numbers, some symbols are given, right? So what we have to do here, we have to find out that which statement is correct, right? So the first one is that 516 is less than B, C, and this one and this one. So what is this, my dear students? This is nothing but Roman numerals, right? So to compare these two numbers, what I have to do first? First, I have to convert the Roman numerals into the numbers, right? So D means what? This is 500, right? Plus C is 100, and this is 5 plus 1, right? This is 6, okay? So this is 500 plus 1, it is 600, and this is 606. So the first statement is that 516 is less than 606. Yes, I can say this statement is right. Okay. So yes, this is a jackpot because only option A is right. So there is no need to check rest of the options. Okay, but yes, we can do that. Okay, because we are just understanding the thing. Okay, so the next one, this is 256 equal CCL. This is this and this. Okay, so what is the meaning of C? C means 100, right? So this is 100 plus 100 plus L is 50, right? And this is 5 plus 1, 6, and plus 1, 7. Okay, so this is 100 plus 100, 200, 200 plus 50, 250, and this is 257. Okay, so this is 257 and this is 256. They are not equal. Correct? So I can say that option D is not right. Perfect. Now let me check the next one. This is 408. Okay, this is option C. This is 408 and this is CBV111. All right. So all right. So let me check that what is this. This is less than, this is equal, this is greater than. So this symbol is quite different, I think. Okay. So this is C means this is 100 and this is D. D means what? D means this is what? This is 500 minus 100, right? Because D is bigger. This is 500. So if I am writing C before D, that is I have to subtract the numbers, right? So this is 400. This is 400 and 405, 6, 7, 8. So this is 408, right? So this must be lesser than, right? This must be lesser than. So I can say that they are not less than because they are equal, right? So I can say that option C is again not right option. Okay. All right. So let me check the last one also. So the last one is quite easy. This is M and this is D, right? So this is 1000 and this is 500, right? So this is 1500. So 1500 is not lesser than to 1005. It is just greater, right? So I can say option D is also not right. So yes, option A is your correct choice, right? Let me show you the detailed solution of this question. Perfect. Alright, this is also done. Now we can move to the next one. So this is the next question. What is the value of p when rounded off to the nearest 10? Okay, so what we have to do, first we have to simplify this part, right? And then what we have to do, then when we get the value of p, then we have to round off the number to the nearest 10, right? Okay, so this question has some calculation. Okay, so this is C 47 multiplied by 73 plus 963 multiplied by this is nothing is there in the multiplication. All right, this is complete. Okay, so my dear students, what I can do in this, first I have to multiply these two numbers, right? That's why I'm saying that this question has some calculation, right? So when you multiply these two numbers, then you will get 73 and 7. So this is 1, this is 3, and this is again 3, and this is 5, and this is 2. That means this is 25,331 and this is 963. So if I add these two numbers of 3 plus 1, it is 4. This is 9. This is 2. This is 6 and this is 2. So 26294, right? This is your answer. Now you have to round off this number to the nearest 10. Nearest 10. Okay. So this number. Okay. So you have to take the digit. This digit is just less than 5, so just make it 0. So 26290. 26290. This is your final answer. 26290. Option C is the right answer. Perfect. Alright. So this is how you can solve the question. Yes, some questions have some calculation in the paper, but no worries, okay, because you can find only 1 or 2 questions like that. Alright. Now the next one. Okay, this is the next question. So in the next question, they are saying that which figure below have a different perimeter as the other figure. Okay, this is 1 centimeter. So this is basically 1 centimeter, right? This is basically 1 centimeter. So the question is asking that which figure below have a different perimeter as the other figure. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to find the perimeter for each figure, and then we have to just see that which one is different. Okay, so yes, we have to go with the options. Okay, so perimeter is what? Perimeter is just the length of the outer boundary of a figure, right? So yes, this is the perimeter of this figure, right? This is the perimeter of this figure, right? And the length of one block, it is 1. Okay, so let's see, count it. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, the perimeter is 12. Now let me count the perimeter for the next similar like this. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is again 12. For option C, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is again 12. Perfect. Now for the option D, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is again 12. Okay. Alright. Oh, wait a second. For option C, let me check it again. Let me erase this. Alright. So for option C, it is what? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Yes, this is 12. So I can say that this is not different for anyone. All are same. Okay. All right. Now let me start with the next question. Okay, so this is your next question, my dear students. The next question says that so with the previous question, obviously in the exam they will give you one different option. Okay. All right. So the next question is this. In the next question we have that I have two rods x and y. Okay. So I have two rods x and y. The sum of their length is 112 centimeters and their difference is 16 centimeters. Okay. So there are two rods. The first rod is x. The second rod is y. Okay. So the sum of their length. Okay. This is 112 centimeters. And the difference is 16 centimeters. So what is the length of longer rod? So we have to find out the length of longer rod here, right? Longer rod here, correct? So for this, what we can do, let's suppose x is longer than y. Okay, this is x. Okay, and this is y. Okay, x is just longer than y. Okay, so basically this thing is what? The complete is 112, the length of this plus this, but the subtraction is, the difference is 16. So this is what? This is 16, right? Okay, all right. So now let me show you the solution for this. For the better understanding, the correct diagram. Okay, so the sum of their length is 112 centimeter, and their difference is 16 centimeter. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to find the length of the longer rod, right? So for this, what we can do? Okay, so basically the difference between 112 and 16 is 96 centimeters, right? This is 96 centimeters, correct? So 96 divided by 2 is 48, correct? So yes, this one is equal to 48. This one is equal to 16. So this is 48 plus 16. This is equal to 64 centimeters. So yes, the longer rod is 64 centimeters long. Perfect. Okay. Because the thing is that this length is same, right? This length is same for both. Right? Perfect then. Correct. Let me start the next question. So my dear students, yes, this is the next question. In the next question, they are saying that the capacity of a jar is 1,500 ml. If it is 4 times the capacity of a mug, I poured 3 mugs of coffee into an empty beaker. Then how much coffee is there in the beaker now? Okay. So first of all, what is the capacity of jar? This is 1,500 ml. The capacity of jar is 1,500 ml, right? Now, what is the capacity of mug? The capacity of mug is 4 times, it is 4 times the capacity of mug, right? The capacity of jar is 4 times the capacity of mug. That means the capacity of mug is nothing but 1500 divided by 4, which is nothing but equal to 375 ml, right? Now, in the next line, the question is saying that the volume of the coffee jar is what? Okay, so I poured 3 mugs of coffee into the empty beaker, right? That means the volume of coffee in the jar. Okay, so I'm pouring 3 mugs, right? So this is 3, and the capacity of 1 mug is 375. So this is 3 multiplied by 375, which is 1,125 ml, right? So yes, this is 125 ml, right? This is the right answer. Now let me show you the detailed solution for this given question. All right. Now the next question you can see on the screen. Choose the correct statements. Okay, so basically T, Q, R, S, 4 statements are given, and we have to find that which one is correct and which one is not correct. Okay, so the first statement is a square has 4 right angles. Yes, it is correct. In the square we have 4 right angles and all sides equal, right? So yes, this statement is true. The next one. A triangle has 3 right angles. Okay, so a triangle cannot have 3 right angles, right? Right angle means an angle of 90 degrees, right? So let's suppose if an angle has 3 right angles. Okay, so the sum of all the angles of a triangle is 90 plus 90 plus 90. So what is this? 9 plus 9, 18. And this is 27, 270 degrees. And we know that the sum of all the angles of a triangle is always 180 degrees, right? It cannot be greater than 180 degrees and it cannot be less than 180 degrees, right? So the second statement is not true. Now let's move to the third one. The third one is that we can have closed figures. We can have closed figures. Yes, we can have closed figures. Correct? Some figures are made up of curved and straight lines. Some figures are made up of curved and straight lines. Yes, this is also right. So we can say P, R, and S. P, R, and S, they are true. Rest of are not right. Correct? Alright. Now let's move to the next one. This is the next question, my dear students. The next question is that choose the greatest two-digit number which is a common multiple of 4 and 5. Okay, the greatest two-digit number. Okay, which is a common multiple of 4 and 5. Okay, so multiple of 4 and 5, we can say the multiple of 4 into 5. Right? Both things are same. The common multiple of 4 and 5, we can say the multiple of 4 into 5, which is equals to 20. Right? 20, that means we have 10. This is 2 multiplied by 10. That means the number should be an even number and it should be a multiple of 10. Right? It should be a multiple of 20. Right? So how many multiples of 20 we have in two-digit number? Yes, we have 20, we have 40, 60, we have 80. That's it. Okay, because 100, 120, they are three-digit numbers. Here I am talking about the greatest two-digit number only. Right? So which one is the greatest? Yes, this one is the greatest. So 80 is the right answer. Very good. This is the detailed solution. Perfect. Okay, then let's move to the next one. This is the next question, my dear students. The next question is that which option replaces the question mark? Okay, so this question is quite interesting because this has some quite really interesting figures, right? So here I can see the question mark. So what I have to do, I just have to find out the value of this question mark here, right? Okay. So basically, this we can see that these two figures, the mass of these three figures together is equal to the mass of these three figures, right? The mass of these two figures is equal to the mass of these three figures, right? So what we have to do here, we have to find the mass of these three figures, right? The same figure. That means if I can find out the mass of only one figure, then I can make it triple, right? Okay. So let me show you the correct diagram for this. Okay. So basically from the second one, okay, from this diagram, I can see that this and this is equal in both the cases, right? That means this pentagon type shape is basically equal to these two, right? Correct? Similarly, if I look at the first diagram, right, then I can see that this pentagon shape is equal to these two, right? So in this also, this pentagon shape will be equal to this and this. Correct? Right? That means this diagram is equal to two blocks. Right? This diagram is equal to two blocks. Now in the question, there are three blocks are given. Okay. So to make the balance equal to two blocks, first I need this one. Right? First I need this one. Okay. Now I have one more block. So to cover up it, what I need just half of this diagram. Okay. That means this shape, just half of this diagram. So yes, option C is your right answer. Perfect. So basically you can balance the thing by watching the diagrams only. Okay. Alright. Now this is the next question. The next question says that Arjun, Bharat and Chaitanya are friends. Okay, there are three friends, Arjun, Bharat and Chaitanya. We can call them ABC also. Okay, we can call them with the first letter of their name, ABC. Okay. So if the following statements are all true, then which of them is the youngest? Okay, which one of is the youngest? That means the age should be smaller. Okay. So Arjun is the oldest. Okay, so first one is Arjun. Arjun is the oldest. Bharat is not the oldest. Bharat is not the oldest, okay, because Arjun is the oldest. The third statement is Chaitanya is not the youngest. Chaitanya is not the youngest, okay. So this is the first case, this is the second case, this is the third case, okay. So in the first, A will come. This is final, okay. And C cannot come in the third case because Chaitanya is not the youngest, right. So it cannot come at the third case. So it will come here, right. Okay, one place is there only for Chaitanya. Then Bharat will come here, right? So which of them is the youngest? Yes, Bharat is youngest, right? So yes, Bharat is youngest. That means option B is your right answer. Let's move to the next question. Okay, and this is the next question. So the question says that how many fish will have their head pointing towards the ring when we straighten the string. Okay, so when basically we straight the string, then how many fish will have their head pointing towards the ring? Towards the ring, right? So towards the ring. Now, okay, so as we can see now, this is towards the ring. One. Okay, this is not towards the ring. Then two. This is not. This is not. This is three, four, five. This is not, and then this is six. So how many are there, my dear students? Okay. All right. Let me check it again. Okay. So yes, this is the ring. So yes, this is the one. Right. This is the one. And then going, and going. So yes, this is the one. And then going. Yes, this is the one. And then again, uh, okay. So again going and going. Oh no. This is not the one. This is not the one, right? Yes, this is the one. And going, and yes, this is the one. So how many are there? Only five, not six. Okay. So yes, five fishes are there, and all fishes are you can see in the diagram. Perfect. The question is quite interesting because we have some colorful images, right? Okay. Now the next question. The next question on the screen. Am I heavier than my friend? Okay, so some information is given and we have to find out that yes, which one is true and which one is false. Okay, so which one is required? Which one is sufficient to give the answer for the given question? That am I heavier than my friend? Okay, so the information one is my weight is 70 kg. My weight is 70 kg. Okay, so in the information one, basically the weight is given. In the information 2, I am not lighter than my friend. I am not lighter than my friend, then obviously I am heavier than my friend, right? So we can see that this information, I think it is not sufficient, but yes, this statement is sufficient to answer the question. So we can say that question cannot be answered using all the information, right? Yeah. I am not lighter than my friend. Yeah. So if I am not lighter than my friend, then either I am heavier or than my friend, or we can equal weight, right? If I'm not lighter, then yes, I can heavier, but I can have equal weight also, right? And here my weight is only given, not my friend's weight. Okay, so I cannot compare. Yeah, so I can say that yes, both are not useful. We cannot give the answer, right? So I can say that question cannot be answered even if both information are used. Correct? The next one. Okay, so here is the next question, my dear students, and this question is the last question for today. Okay. So the last question is that one of the 5 points. Okay, so basically 5 points are there: P, Q, R, S, and T. Okay, 5 points are there. Is to be moved to an empty square. Okay, so that there are exactly 2 points in each row and in each column, then which point should be moved? Okay, so the thing is that we have 5 points here, right? In the diagram you can see, right? And some empty spaces are there. You can see these spaces are empty. So what we have to do, we have to move 1 point. We have to move 1 point so that we can have exactly 2 points in each row and in each column. Correct? Alright, perfect. So, my dear students, if I talk about this column, then in this column we have 3 points. So we have to move one, right? We can move either P or Q or R. Correct? Alright. So if I look at this column, then yes, we have to. It is perfect. In this row, we have to. It is perfect. Okay. So alright. No other option is available. Okay. So what we can do here? Okay, so yes, we can do one thing. Okay, so we can do one thing. We can just move R to here. Okay, these spaces are empty, right? We have to move to the empty square. Okay, so these all squares are empty, right? So I can do one thing here, right? I can move R to here. I can move R to here, right? Correct. Okay, okay. Let me show you this in the diagram for a better understanding. Okay, so basically P is there. Yes, this is perfect because now we have 2 points in this row, right? We have 2 points in this row. We have 2 points in this row, correct? But we have only 1 point in this row. Okay, so to make it equal, what we have to do, I can just move R to here. Now we have 2 points in this row and we have 2 points in this row. That's it. Now in the column you can also check, right? So basically you can do one thing, you can just go with the option also in this question. Like if I move P, okay, if I move P to another place, okay, then only 1 point will be there, so I cannot move this one, right? If I move Q, then what condition will come? If I move Q from here, then all right, so I will not have any point in this row, right? And I will have 2 points in that column. Okay, so yes, I can move this one, right? But let me check with the other options also. So if I move R, then yes, it will be fine because we have 3 points in this row. Okay, so they will be 2. Okay, so I can say now R I can move. This will be a great choice. And for S, if I move S, then after moving S, I will have only 1 point in this row, so I cannot move this. So yes, I can move R. Perfect.
Okay. Now the question says here that Diksha made a model of solar system using different sized and different colored balls. So this question says that there is a student Diksha. She made a model of the solar system using different sized and different colored balls. If she used a blue colored ball for Earth, which of the following balls will be a wrong combination? I hope you all know about, before looking at the options, I am going to tell you something about solar system. So basically, what is solar system? Solar system comprises of sun, and along with that we have the planets revolving around it, and we have got 9 planets, and those planets are Mercury, Venus, Earth, then you have Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Pluto. Right, these are the planets. Now I have written in the order as they occur in the solar system. The closest planet to the sun is Mercury, that is Mercury. Next to it we have Venus, next to it we have Earth, then Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Pluto. Right, so if I talk about solar system, these planets, they have got certain special features in them. They have certain special characteristics in them. Okay, so here when Diksha was making a model, like she said that she made use of blue ball to represent Earth. Now why she used blue ball? The reason being because maximum surface of Earth is covered with water. So blue is the color which correctly represents the Earth. Okay, so here we have few options. So she used green ball to represent Mars, largest ball to represent Jupiter, smallest ball to represent Mercury, and rings attached around the ball to show Saturn. Now let me tell you here about this. If I talk about Jupiter first, okay, so the ball she used is the largest ball. So this is correct. The reason being, Jupiter is the planet which is largest of all. Jupiter is the planet which is largest of all, and let me tell you that it is approximately, just a moment, it's approximately 1,43,000 kilometers. Okay, and also let me tell you, it has got an atmosphere which is made up of hydrogen and helium. So she used largest ball, so that means this one is correctly true. This one is true, like she has done justice in representing Jupiter. Now talking about Mercury, Mercury is nearest to Sun. I have told you the first planet is Mercury. It is nearest. Because it is nearest, that is why it is hottest of all. And also it takes short time span as compared to others to circle around the Sun. So she used smallest ball. So again this one is true, because smallest ball can easily represent Mercury because it is the smallest planet and also it is nearest and hottest. Okay, for Saturn, she made use of rings attached around the ball. Again, this is true. The reason being, if I talk about Saturn, Saturn is the second largest planet after Jupiter. It is second largest planet, and also it has got beautiful rings around it, and those rings are supposed to be, are assumed to be formed of asteroids, comets, etc. Those which broke up before reaching the surface of Saturn, right? So that means this one is also true. But now if I talk about Mars, cannot be indicated by green planet. Instead, what we can use red ball. The reason being, Mars surface is red. It is red. So that is why green ball is not right to use in order to represent Mars. Instead, she should have used red ball. So here the one which will be a wrong combination is option A. I hope you understood. Okay, let's move on to next. Next question says, the pie chart given below represents composition of air. Select the correct statement regarding it. This is the pie chart. See, so this pie chart is representing the composition of air. What does it represent? It represents the composition of air, and we need to select the correct statement out of the given options. Now let me tell you here, if I talk about the composition, so this X area you can see is the bigger. And firstly, I would like to tell you about air. What is air basically? Air is mixture of gases. What is air? It is mixture of gases. And there are many gases which are present in good amount, and there are few which are present in traces, or you can say in very less amount. So if I talk about the main gases, that is carbon dioxide, nitrogen and oxygen. So carbon dioxide percentage in air is just 0.03%. Oxygen is 21% and nitrogen is 78%. So that means the area which is more represents the nitrogen gas. Second area which represents 5 would be oxygen, because oxygen comes second, and third, which is the small one, is carbon dioxide. So that means X is nitrogen, Y is oxygen and Z is carbon dioxide. Now let's read up the options quickly. X could be a gas that takes part in photosynthesis. X could be a gas which takes part in photosynthesis. So we know that photosynthesis is a process by which green plants prepare their food. And what do they need? They need this thing, CO2, water vapor, sunlight and chlorophyll. And as a result, when they make food, they release oxygen gas into the atmosphere. So this one is incorrect because they utilize CO2 and they give O2. So N2 is not a participant there. Next option, Y could be a gas that is produced during the photosynthesis. Yes, Y is produced, this is true. The reason being, when CO2 combines with water in the presence of sunlight, and this is possible just because of the pigment chlorophyll, it forms food in the form of C6H12O6 and oxygen gas is liberated. So this one is true. Okay, C option says Z could be a gas needed for burning. Z is CO2. No, CO2 is not supporter of combustion, or we can say that CO2 doesn't support combustion. It extinguishes the fire. It is non-supporter. So again, this statement is false. Y could be a gas released by crackers on burning. So whenever we are burning something, so what do you get? On burning, you get carbon dioxide. So that means this statement is again incorrect. So which one is right out of all? Only option B is the correct answer. Next question. Which of the following methods is used to separate mud from water? Now see, when we are mixing two things, I repeat, when you are mixing two things, what do you get? You get a mixture. What do you get? You get a mixture. Okay. Now, to separate mud and water, so here we are making a mixture where we are adding mud to water. Okay. So mud to water will give you a muddy water solution, or you can say a mixture which can be called as muddy water. Now if you wish to separate mud from water, can you? Yes, we can. The reason being that mud is not soluble in water. Mud is not soluble in water. So that is the reason we can easily separate it. But how we can separate it? We can separate it like if you take a container containing water and if you add mud to it, just try it out today, okay, at home. And if you keep it undisturbed for some time, you will see that mud settles at bottom. Mud settles at bottom. And then what we can do is we can filter it. We can filter this solution. So what will happen? Filter paper is, I hope you know that it has got certain pores in it. So if you fix it over some flask and if you pass this muddy water solution to it, you will see that to filter paper, the dust particles, the sand, mud particles will stick because they are not able to pass through the pores of the filter paper. Okay. So option says, can be separated by boiling? No, we can't. The reason being, mud doesn't evaporate. Okay. Can be separated by chlorination? Chlorination means adding chlorine to water. So if you add chlorine to water, it kills germs. Okay, but it doesn't, separate mud from water. Filtration? Yes. Filtration is a technique where we are using filter paper. Filter paper has got small pores. So all those substances which are bigger in size, like mud, they cannot pass through filter paper and they will stick to filter paper. And the other component, that is water, it flows down, and so in that way they can be separated. Boiling and chlorination? Again, no. So which option is correct? Here our correct answer is option C. Next question. Which of the following animal is a scavenger? Now do you know that what exactly the scavengers are? Let me tell you. If I talk about scavengers, they are those organisms which feed on dead and decaying organic matter. They feed on dead or decaying organic matter, and instead of organic matter you can also write biomass. So all those organisms or all those things which are dead or they are decaying, scavengers feed on them. And let me tell you, scavengers play a very key role in cleaning our environment. It helps in cleaning our environment and they are very essential. Now here the option says that leech. If I talk about leech is not a scavenger. Instead, it sucks blood. It's a parasite. Either it lives on or in the body of the other organism and obtain its nutrition. It's not a scavenger. If I talk about zebra is herbivorous. It feeds on grass. Okay. And if I talk about tapeworm, again no, because tapeworm is also a parasite. It lives in or inside the body of the other organism to obtain nutrition. So you are left with only last, that is hyena, and it is right. Vulture, hyena, crow, these all are scavengers. They feed on dead and decaying organic matter. So here the correct answer is option D. I hope you understood this. Okay, next question says, the given activity shows that, there is the activity, here is the activity. So the given activity shows that, now this activity, see what you can see here, you can see a burning candle. Now what we have done, we have placed it in a jar and it has shown that jar is open and candle keeps on glowing. Then we have covered the top of the jar with the lid, that means jar becomes closed. And after some time we see that the candle stops glowing, right? So that means candle stops burning. Now here in this case the reason is, see, what you can see is whenever any substance is burning, what is it? It is combustion. It is combustion. And combustion means burning of any substance. For combustion to occur, we need three essential things. What? First is we need a combustible substance. That is the substance which catches fire. Because there are few substances it doesn't catch a fire. For example, glass, stone, they don't catch fire. So we need a combustible substance which can catch fire. And what other things we need? We need supporter of combustion. We need supporter of combustion, that is a gas which supports combustion, like oxygen. And third, we need to, ignite it or heat it till we reach certain temperature when it starts burning. So that means ignition temperature, the temperature at which substance starts burning. Now here this given activity shows that when it is open, candle is made up of wax, and wax is a combustible substance. It is open, so that means it allows oxygen also to come in, and it is burning. And we have ignited it prior, so that means it is burning now, because ignition temperature doesn't have to do anything when the substance starts burning. It is only required initially. Now when we close it with the lid, then what will happen? The oxygen which is present is used up, and when this oxygen vanishes, then there is no entry for more oxygen. Okay, that means more oxygen can't enter because the lid is closed. So because it is not getting oxygen, that is why it gets extinguished. That is why you cannot see flame here in this case. So basically this given activity shows that air consumes space. No. Air rises up on getting warm. No. Air is needed for burning. Yes. Without air you cannot burn things. Without air you cannot burn things. You need a supporter of combustion, that is air. Air has a pressure, again no. So here which option is correct? Option C is correct. Next question. X is an evergreen, tall, conical tree growing in hilly areas. Identify X. So here this question says that we have a tree which is evergreen. Evergreen means it remains green. Conical, that means it has got some cone-like shape. It grows in the hilly areas. It grows in hilly areas. So you have many clues: evergreen, conical, and growing in hilly areas. We need to identify that. So X could be pine having needle-like leaves. X could be banyan which contains seeds in the cones. X could be coconut having roots that go deep in soil in search of water. X could be mangrove plant that has breathing roots above the soil. Now let me tell you that in this case we are talking about this tree, and this tree is a pine tree having needle-like leaves. It cannot be coconut trees, because coconut trees grow near river banks. Most of the time they grow near river banks, like they are found in Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Goa, etc. And if I talk about mangrove, they actually grow at places which are near equator. And banyan tree again is not found in the hilly areas. So that is the reason the correct answer here is option A. So these are the pine trees which are evergreen, tall, conical, and they are found in hilly areas. Next question. Which of the following options describe the given animal? And here the animal is. I hope you can recognize this animal looking at the picture. Yes, you got it right. This animal is bat. Okay. So we need to tell that which options describe the given animal. Now if I talk about bat, I hope you all know bat is a nocturnal animal. What do we mean by nocturnal animal? Nocturnal animals are those animals which are more active during night time. They are active during night, and in daytime they sleep. It is flying mammal. Yes, you can see that it has got wings to fly. So yes, it can fly. Egg laying? No, it is not egg laying, because bat directly gives birth to the young one. It doesn't lay eggs. It gives birth to the young one. So here the option says, is it a nocturnal animal that is active at night, flying, egg laying, or both A and B? So I hope you know that it is option D, because it is nocturnal also, active during night and sleep in morning, flying also, because you can see in the picture it has got wings. And egg laying? No, because it gives birth to the young one. Next question says, milk and water can mix with each other and hence are called miscible liquids. We need to find the miscible liquids from the following. So let me introduce you to this term. So when you are mixing two liquids, so we see that few of the liquids, they are miscible and few of them are non-miscible. They are non-miscible. Now miscible liquids are those which mix with each other. Which mix with each other. Okay, and non-miscible liquids, or you can also say immiscible. Immiscible liquids are those which do not get mixed up. And now when they do not get mixed up, what you will see a definite boundary. For example, if I am mixing liquid A and B with each other, so we will see that they will show different boundaries. See here, we can see that this is, let's say, component A, component B. I have mixed them. You can see that B, there is a definite boundary where B starts and ends, and there is a separate boundary of A. So this is how immiscible liquids look like. Now milk and water, if you mix them, they thoroughly mix up. You cannot make out which is water, which is milk. They mix up. So they are miscible liquids. Now here we need to find more miscible liquids. Water and oil. Do you think water and oil mix up? No. Because when you add water to oil, if you stir also, then also after some time you will see that they separate into different layers. Water and mango juice, yes, they mix with each other. Water kerosene, again no. Water and ghee, again no. You can try this out. Take small water in glass, add ghee to it, or take another sample, water with kerosene oil or water with any oil. You will see that after some time, like if you stir it also, after some time you can easily make out where the oil is and where the water is. So here the correct answer is, miscible liquids out of them is option B, water and mango juice. Okay, another question says, the falling of an apple in the given picture shows the dash force. So here is a picture. You can see that apple is falling down. We know that whenever we are throwing anything, it is going down towards the earth. Like if I throw this pen, it will go down. It will not move to any other direction. Now, why everything that falls goes down? Why ultimately it reaches to the earth? Let me tell you, this is because of gravity. This is because of gravity. What is gravity? Gravity is basically the force with which earth attracts all objects towards itself. Attracts all objects towards itself. Okay, so this is what exactly the gravity is. So that is the reason earth is exerting a force and attracting all the things towards itself. Now that means when the apple is falling down, it is also attracted by the gravity. That is the reason it is going down. So here option A says muscular force. No, muscular force is something which is exerted by muscles. For example, if you are carrying a suitcase, that is a muscular force. Gravitational force, true. Because gravitational force is the force with which earth attracts all the objects towards it. So you can call it as gravity also, or you can call it as gravitational force also. Frictional? No. Because friction comes into notice when two bodies are in contact with each other. For example, when you are rubbing. So here comes the frictional force. When you are walking, there comes the frictional force because your foot is in contact with the surface. Okay, and same way if I am rubbing this, my two surfaces are in contact. So for friction to come into notice, the two objects should be in contact with each other. But here you can see that apple is in not contact with the earth directly. So therefore, the correct answer is option B, that is gravitational force. Okay, next question says, simple machine being used in the given figure. And here we have a figure. So which simple machine is used here? See, this simple machine is, simple machines are those which makes your task very, very easy. Okay, so all these are simple machines. Whether you talk about inclined pan, pulley, lever, screwdriver, they all are simple machines. Like if I talk about inclined plane, what is it? Inclined plane is basically, you can say a beam which is having a fulcrum. This way you can, show it. This is an inclined plane. If I talk about pulley, pulley is This is pulley. It has a grooved wheel, and you see that through this grooved wheel a rope moves, and it is used to pull something. Okay, it can even used to pull some heavier objects. Lever. What is lever basically? What is lever? I hope you all know that lever is something which makes a task very easy. Again, a simple machine. Same way screwdriver, it is just like a wheel with an axle. So here the correct answer is it is pulley. That is option B. So what is pulley? Pulley is basically it has a grooved wheel over which the rope moves through it, and by pulling this, like here the girl is pulling a heavier bucket from a well, so she can easily pull it by using a pulley. So option B is the correct answer. I hope you got it. Now the next question says, tiny drops of water you see on leaves of plants and grass in winter mornings. What are they called? And 4 options are frost, hail, dew or fog. Now let me explain you about all these terms that you are looking at the screen. If I talk about frost, what exactly the frost is? Frost is actually a covering of the covering of the snow that you can see on the surface of road sometimes. Okay, like if you'll go to some hilly areas where snowing has occurred, you can see that the layer of ice deposit on the surface of road, that is called as frost. That is called as frost. And what about hail? Let me tell you that hail is it basically when snowing happens, what do you see? We see ice pellets. So basically hail indicates the ice pellets. And if I talk about dew, what is dew? Dew, like if you sometime see in the morning, you find that there are tiny drops of water that we observe on the leaves of the plants or on the grass. That is dew. And if I talk about fog, what is fog? Fog is basically water vapor suspended in air. Water droplets suspended in air. That is fog. So I hope you got your answer, that the tiny drops that you see on leaves of plants and grass is not frost, is not hail, it is not fog, it is dew. So our correct answer for this question is option C. Okay, let's look at the next question. Study the figures in the box. Here we have a box. Okay. Choose the option that represents the arrangement of molecules in these substances. Now, these figures indicate, this first one indicate paint. Second one indicate milk. Okay. Third one, you can see that it's a juice. So all three of them are liquids. All three of them are liquids. And we know that when we talk about matter, what is matter basically? Anything that occupies space and has mass, that is called as matter. Anything that occupies space and has mass is called as matter. And if we, like on the basis of physical properties, if you divide matter, we know that matter exists as liquid, solid, and also as gas. These are 3 states of matter. And all these states, they are formed of particles, or you can say they are formed of molecules. And all these 3 states, they differ with each other in accordance with their properties, and those differences occur just because there is a difference in the molecular arrangement. If you look at solids, you will see that particles are very, very tightly packed. They are so compactly packed, there are no spaces between them. And that is why solids are hard, they are rigid, they have high melting and boiling point. And if I talk about liquids, in liquids, the particles are loosely packed. Particles are loosely packed. And they have some spaces between them. And they are not hard and rigid as solid. And even if you compare the melting point of liquids with the solid, melting and boiling point, it is comparatively low because particles are loosely arranged and they can randomly move. And if I talk about gas, In gas, the particles are far apart and they are very energetic. That is the reason they keep on moving randomly. So this is how the particles are arranged. Now let's look at the options. We have option A, B, C, and D option says none of these. So all three of them are, we have discussed, are liquids where the particles are loosely arranged. Now in option A, you can see that particles are tightly packed. This indicates the arrangement as it is in solids. And here you can see that particles are quite energetic. This indicates the arrangement in gas. And here they are loosely packed. It indicates the arrangement present in liquids. So the correct answer is option C. So the correct answer for this question is option C, because all of them are liquids and this is how the molecules are arranged in them. Next question says, in hydropower station, energy of moving water changes to dash energy. Now if I talk about hydropower station, hydro, what do you mean by this word hydro? Hydro means water. What do we mean by hydro? It means water. So hydropower stations are those stations where what happens, that moving water, that means kinetic energy of water, because water is moving and anything which is moving possess this type of mechanical energy, that is kinetic energy, because this energy is possessed by anything by virtue of its motion. So kinetic energy of water, high stream of water, when passes or you can say when they fall down, then they rotate the turbines, and doing so it gets converted to electric energy. So basically we can say that hydropower stations are concerned with the conversion of kinetic energy of water to electrical energy, and this is how the electric energy is generated, and we are getting this electric energy supplied by the main electric station to all the homes in the city. So basically here the question says that energy of moving water changes to dash energy. So it cannot be frictional, because friction comes into notice when two bodies are directly in contact with each other, or one body when tries to move over another body. It cannot be mechanical, because mechanical means anything which is in the state of rest or anything which is in state of motion. That is the mechanical energy. Or you can say that like the machine is moving, that gives you a mechanical energy. So it is not wind also, because wind, what does wind means? Wind means moving air. So in hydropower station you don't get wind. Wind occurs naturally. So definitely the answer is option B. Answer is option B. Next question. Refer to the given figure and select the correct option regarding W, X and Y. So here you have this thing given, W, X and Y. So you can see that these are three plants basically. Now before reading the options, I want you to identify them. W, you can see, is a mushroom plant. Okay. This X, I hope you can, by looking at its structure, you can make out that this is a cactus. And third, again by looking at the leaves, you can make out it is one of the insectivorous plant, that is Venus flytrap. Okay. So now A option says in W, that means we are talking about mushroom, leaves become green, fleshy, swollen to perform the process of photosynthesis. Now it may happen that you are not aware that whether it swells up or it is fleshy or not, because swollen and fleshy, I hope you all know they are, but we know that mushroom doesn't perform the process of photosynthesis. The reason being, it is saprophytic in nutrition. It is saprophytic in nutrition, that is, it feeds on dead and decaying body part, because mushroom falls in the category of fungi, and fungi shows saprophytic mode. So that means this is incorrect. It is not correct. B option says both W and X lack chlorophyll and obtain their food from dead and decaying plants and animals. Now if we talk about W, it may be true for W, but for X it is false, because we know that cactus is green in color, and anything which is green in color has chlorophyll in it, and it can photosynthesize also. So it is not correct for X. So we can say that B statement is incorrect. C statement says plant Y lacks chlorophyll and does not perform photosynthesis. Now let me tell you that insectivorous plants doesn't lack chlorophyll. They have chlorophyll. The reason being that they are not photosynthesizing. The reason being because they grow in the soil which lack in many nutrients, because for photosynthesizing they need nutrients as well. So that is the reason they have chlorophyll, right? They do not lack chlorophyll. So again, this is wrong. Option D says plant Y can make food and also catch insects to get nutrients from the insects. So this is correct, because we know that all the insectivorous plants, their leaves are modified. Their leaves are modified so that they can trap the insects. So once they trap, they secrete digestive juices to digest it, and from those insects, by trapping the insects or by digesting them, they are obtaining the nutrients from the insects. So that means which statement is correct? Option D is correct. Next question says, which organs are completely protected by the bones of the given skeletal part? And here we have a diagram. So this diagram is given, and it is said that which organs are present inside this cage. Now let me introduce you to this cage. This cage is a thoracic cavity. This cage is a thoracic cavity. Okay, it is present in chest. Basically these, I'll tell you, these are ribs, this is backbone, okay, and lower to this there is a one dome shaped structure, and we call it as diaphragm. It is also called as chest cavity, So in this cavity we have two organs present, one lungs, another, we know that lungs and heart, they are present together only, somehow together. So we can say that it is a thoracic cavity, or you can call it as a chest cavity formed of ribs, backbone and diaphragm from below, and it encloses lungs and heart. So here we have options: stomach, no; lungs, yes; heart, yes; liver, again, no. So the correct option is which states 2 and 3 as an option. That means option B. So option B is the correct answer. Moving on to the next question. In which of the following parts the fat stored is used as a source of energy during shortage of food? We have this figure. So I hope you can recognize this animal shown in the figure. Yes, you are right. You got it right. It's camel. So here it is labeled as few parts are labeled as S, P, R and Q. So before reading the option, let's identify them. S is this elevated portion which is called as hump. So S is hump. P is the belly of the camel. R indicates tail, and Q obviously indicates legs of camel. Okay, so now it is asked that in which of the following parts the fat stored is used as the source of energy during shortage of food. We know that camel is a zero fight. That means the animals which are found in desert areas, and all the desert areas, that they have shortage of water. So they are modified in such a way so that they can walk smoothly on the sand, and also they can survive well even in the shortage of water, or even without food for few days. So camel has got hump for this. So hump is a region which stores water, and also here it stores food also. So that is the reason camel can live for few days without water also and without food also. It is one of the adaptations which makes camel more adaptable to survive better in desert areas. So here which portion? S is the right answer, because P is belly. Belly doesn't store food or fat. Q is legs, again no, and even not R. So basically the correct answer for this question is option D. Next question. Rohan falls ill very frequently. What should he take to improve his immunity? So Rohan falls ill very frequently. See, whenever you fall sick very frequently, that means that you have got low immunity. You have got low immunity. Now you must be thinking, what is immunity? Immunity is basically resistance to disease. That, or you can say that tendency of your body to fight against the infection causing agent. So more your body is resistant, or more you can fight with disease causing agent, we can say that you have got more immunity. You have got more immunity. So immunity comes when you feed yourself on balanced diet. Now what is balanced diet? Balanced diet is a diet which contains all the nutrients, that is carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals, even water and roughage, because water and roughage, they are not nutrients, but still they are required in a diet. All nutrients, and these nutrients should be present in right amount, because the amount in which we need the nutrients vary from person to person, because it depends upon age also, it depends upon your state of health also, it depends upon your the type of work that you do. So it depends upon many factors. So it's not like if carbs are more important for somebody, so the same amount of carbs is required by every person. No, it varies from person to person. For example, if the child is growing, if the child is in growing stage, he or she requires more proteins than us. Understood? So balanced diet is a diet which contains all the nutrients in right amount. So Rohan falls ill very frequently. What should he take? Now let's look. Fruits and vegetables every day. Yes, true, because fruits and vegetables contain lot of minerals and vitamins which are required for a body, so that he can have good immunity, good resistance to disease. A glass of milk twice a week? No. Bread and butter twice a day? No. Chapati and dal daily in the evening? No. So here the correct answer is option A. That is fruits and vegetables, because they have got lot of minerals and vitamins required to raise our immunity. Next question. Identify the part labeled X in the tooth figure given below. Here you have a tooth figure. So we need to identify this part X. So let me tell you, as you all know, this is a structure of tooth and it is also mentioned in the question. So tooth, this upper part of tooth is called as crown. It is made up of enamel, the hardest substance present in our body. Okay, lower to it is the dentine, the part which forms the entire tooth, and inner to this that you can see is the pulp cavity, which contains nerves, which contain blood vessels. Okay, and this one is root. So I hope you can recognize X now. So X is basically not dentine, because dentine is present below to it. It is not pulp, because pulp is present below dentine, this portion, and it has nerves and blood vessels in it. Root, no, because root is this part. So yes, it is enamel. So therefore X is identified as enamel. Therefore option D is the correct answer. Next question. Choose the correct statement about the fiber obtained from the plant part shown below. So this is plant and you're getting it from the plant part. So let me tell you, this this plant is a cotton plant, and cotton plant has flowers, and from its flowers we get cotton. And cotton is one of the fiber. Fibers are the, you can say that fibers are very thin filaments which are which together forms any sort of fabric. Like I'm wearing this fabric, it is also formed of fibers. So it depends. We have different kind of fabrics, like you have synthetic, you have natural, you have cotton, you have linen, you have rayon. There are a lot of fabrics. Few fabrics are naturally occur, like jute you get naturally, hemp you get naturally, cotton you get naturally, wool you get naturally, and few are synthetic like nylon, rayon. These all are synthetic, even acrylic. Okay, so here we are talking about the cotton plant, basically cotton fabric. So choose the correct statement about the fiber. You have identified the fiber as cotton fiber now, and I hope you all know about the properties of cotton. Cotton is advisable to to more its use during summers. The reason being, cotton is a light fabric. It is a light fabric, and it absorbs water. It is good absorbent. It absorbs our sweat, and also it allows air to pass through. It allows air to pass through. So therefore, it allows our sweat, to evaporate. That is why during summers when you wear cotton, you feel more comfortable. But if you will wear synthetic clothes, they will not allow air to pass, and even your sweat will not evaporate, and you will feel somehow, more sweaty during summers in synthetic fibers. That is the reason we prefer cotton clothes. So clothes, A option says clothes made from this fiber keeps body warm. No, it doesn't keep a body warm. And here the fabric which keeps a body warm is wool, not cotton. So wrong. Clothes made from this fiber absorbs good amount of water. Yes, this is true. That is why we prefer to wear it during summers. Clothes made from this fiber is waterproof. No, anything which is waterproof doesn't get wet, but cotton gets wet. So it is not waterproof. Clothes made from this fiber is difficult to dye. Again, wrong, because we can dye cotton in different colors. So here the correct answer is option B. Correct answer is option B. Okay, next question says, the diagram transportation of X and Y in a plant. So here we have a diagram. So this is plant, and you can see that this X and Y are something indicated, that is transported from some part to some part. So what could be represented by X and Y? Now here we can see the parts of plant, that is root, stem and leaf. Let me make one diagram for you. Let's say these are roots. This is stem. Okay, and we have leaves here. Let's make one flower also. Okay, so we have leaves also. Now you know that I'll write here root. These are roots, stem, and this indicate leaf. Now we know that leaves are able to make their food. Leaves are able to photosynthesize. They can make their food. So food is transported from leaf to all parts. To all parts. And mostly the food is in the form of starch. It is formed in the form of starch. So instead of writing food, we can also write starch here. I am telling you starch because in options you can see starch. That is why I am confirming you food or starch, one and the same thing for plants. Okay. And this thing, water absorption. If I talk about water and minerals, so they are taken up through roots from the soil. So we can write here water along with minerals are transported from root to all the parts of the plant. To all parts, whether it is stem, leaf, to all parts. Now let's look at the figure now. Now we can see by the arrows which are shown, something is transported from stem to root. Okay, and something is transported again from stem to leaf, and in second you can see that something is transported from leaf to stem. Okay, so that something that is transported from leaf to stem obviously is going to be food. So X is identified as food. Let's look for another X also. X to root, again it is food, because stem can only act as a passage to transfer food. So X is identified as food. Now here something is transferred from root to stem, and then from stem to leaf. Undoubtedly it is water. Undoubtedly it is water, or we can write minerals also, because this is what the plants get from the soil. Now let's look at the option A. X as water, Y as mineral salts. Wrong, because X is food. not water. B option says X food, Y water. Yes, it can be. Let's keep it aside. Option C, X minerals. No. Y is water, not starch. D says X is water. Again, no. So option B is the right answer. So which option is right? Option B, because X indicates food and Y indicates water, because food is transported from the leaf to all parts, and water and minerals are transported they are absorbed from the soil, and through roots they are transported to all the parts. Okay, next question. Microorganisms shown below belong to which option? A, bacteria. We have figure also. Bacteria, virus, fungi and protozoa. So let's talk about microorganisms first. Microorganisms are tiny organisms which you cannot see with your naked eye because they are very, very small. So how do you see them? We make use of microscope to look at them. Okay, we make use of microscope. Now, we have different types of microorganisms, like we have bacteria also, we have fungi also, we have virus also, and yes, we do have protozoans also. Okay. Now, see, microorganisms can be useful for us, and on the other hand, they can be harmful for us also, because they can cause many disease in them, because they are infection causing agents. So basically, if I talk about bacteria, bacteria is somehow, rod shaped, maybe spiral in shape, maybe comma shaped. Okay, fungi is something like this. See, structure of fungi is something like this. We call it as mycelium, and it has got spores here. And virus, I'll tell you later. Protozoan, amoeba falls in this category. Let's make amoeba as as an example for protozoans. So virus is basically, this is how they are shown. And one thing is, one thing is very special about virus. Not special, basically, very important to know. Virus are dead. Virus are dead because they don't have their own machinery, they don't have their own nucleus, but they become living when they enter into any host cell. So once they enter into any other cell, they utilize its machinery and it becomes living. So here this option B is the correct answer. It's not bacteria, not fungi, not protozoans, because I've shown you how they look like. So which option is correct? Option B is the correct answer. Next question. Identify the parts P, Q, R and S. Arrange the parts in the order, beginning with the part where food enters the body, and then to the part which digests the food, to the part where the undigested food leaves the body. So here we have the figure. So before we move ahead, let me tell you, the passage of food is, you eat food through mouth, then it through food pipe, or you can call it as through esophagus. The other name is esophagus for food pipe. It moves to stomach. From stomach, it moves to small intestine. It is the largest part of the alimentary canal. Small intestine leads to large intestine, and then finally through anus, food is thrown out. So mouth helps in chewing of food. I'll write here. Through mouth you take in food and it helps you to chew also. Through food pipe act as a passage basically, and through which food is sent to stomach. In stomach, see, in mouth also digestion of starch starts. You should know this. The first nutrient whose digestion starts in your body is, it starts in mouth, and the nutrient which is digested is starch. In stomach, again, proteins are digested. The digestion keeps on going. Then it goes to small intestine. Small intestine is the largest part of alimentary canal. This complete passage is called as alimentary canal. And large intestine is short but wide, where water absorption takes place, and anus, from which the food is thrown out. Now let me tell you, this P indicates stomach. P indicates stomach. Q indicates, you can see that highly coiled tube. Let me tell you, it is small intestine. It is small intestine. And this one, I hope you all know, mouth. And this one is short but wide. It indicates large intestine. Okay. Now, we have to answer in the order beginning from where the food enters the body. Obviously, out of this four, the food enters through mouth. So, first comes R. Then to the part which digests the food, means food is completely basically digested. Complete digestion, we'll take the parts where the food is completely digested. That is small intestine. So comes Q. Okay. Then we have, digestion starts in stomach also. Okay. So let's write it down, then we'll, clarify it. Where to the part where the undigested food leaves the body. Undigested food leaves the body through S. And in between we'll write P also, because P is also act as a passage where digestion still goes on. So the correct option is RPQS, that is stomach. Okay. And mouth. R indicates mouth. Then comes stomach. Out of these organs I'm talking. Then where the digestion ends, small intestine followed by large intestine. So the correct answer is RPQS. So which one is the correct answer? Option A. Okay, next question. What causes the moon to change its appearance? What causes the moon to change its appearance? So I hope you all know about moon. Moon is a natural satellite. Moon is a natural satellite of Earth. Moon is a natural satellite of Earth, right? So moon doesn't have its own light. Moon doesn't have its own light. It shines just because when the sun, light of the sun falls on the moon, it illuminates the surface of moon, and we see that it shines. Okay, it's like you can see the moon, we can see only that part of the moon which gets illuminated due to sunlight. Okay, and the part which is not illuminated illuminated by sunlight is not visible. That is the reason we can see different shapes of moon, and we call it as phases of moon. What we call it as? We call them as phases of moon, like full moon to new moon. Okay, full moon is basically when the whole surface gets illuminated, and new moon when you cannot see moon, because it is far away from the sun and it is not none of its part is illuminated. So these are phases of moon. It is just because of the option A says revolution of earth around the sun, revolution of moon around the earth, rotation of moon around the sun, or all of these. Let me tell you, it is just because the moon is revolving around the earth, right? So when moon is revolving around the earth, there are few stages when it is close to the sun and its paths get illuminated, but when it is far from the sun, then its surface is not being illuminated. That is why you keep on seeing that its appearance changes. So the answer is option B, that is revolution of moon around the sun. Okay, next question says, the bar graph below shows the change of food substance after digestion. To which part of the human digestive system is the graph related to? Okay, so we have this question, we have graph, so we need to tell that which part is indicated here. So the graph shows the change of food substance after digestion. Okay, the food substance is digested, and the change that we can see, that is digested food is more, it has got some of the undigested food also, and it has got water also, means water is also not absorbed. So basically option A says mouth. It is no, because why it is no? Because digestion of food is not, it just starts in mouth, it is not completed, and only starch nutrient is digested, right? So option A is incorrect. B, stomach, again no, because in stomach B, the digested food content is not this much. Small intestine, yes, small intestine is the part where the digestion ends, but still it has undigested food and water. And again, no to large intestine because it doesn't have digested food. So which one is the correct answer? Option C. I'll tell you, see, small intestine is the largest part of the alimentary canal, largest part. In it, like small intestine is roughly divided into three parts. This is, I'm telling you just for your knowledge. First part is called as duodenum. Second part is called as jejunum. And last part is called as ileum. See, digestion continues here, but in ileum, digestion completes and food absorption starts. So when digestion completes, it has got lot of digested food, but still it has got undigested food and water, because the function to remove undigested food and absorb water is of large intestine, not small intestine. So that is the reason option C is the correct answer here. Next question. Which of the following statements about plant leaves are true? First, leaves are called kitchen of cells, kitchen of plant. The stomata allow the exchange of gases to take place, and most of the stomata are found on the underside of leaves. Now, we have already discussed, if I talk about parts of plant, this indicates root, this indicates stem, and stem has got lot of leaves. Different shape leaves can be found in different plants, we all know. See, leaves are most of the plants, they have got green leaves. The reason being, they have photosynthetic pigment in them, that is chlorophyll. And it is a part where food is prepared in plants. Okay. And also let me tell you that leaves have got small pores, pore-like structures, small pore-like structures. And we call them as stomata. And this is how the stomata looks like. It is surrounded by kidney-shaped cells called as guard cells, and it encloses a pore. So whenever the guard cells get filled up with water, then they get stretched and the pore opens. But when the water in the guard cells falls to a certain level, then they shrink and the pore closes. And whenever the stomatal pore opens or closes, it allows exchange of gases. It allows gaseous exchange. Okay, so these stomatas, like this complete structure, is called as stomata. So where are they present? They are found more on the underside of the leaves. So yes, they are called as kitchen of cells because they have chlorophyll most of the time, and food preparation occur in leaves. Stomata, yes, they allow exchange of gases. I told you, whenever pore opens or closes, it allows the exchange of gases. Most of the stomata, again, yes, they are found on the underside of the leaves. So we need to pick the statements which are true. So all the statements are true. So we'll go with option D. Option D is the right answer. Next question. Plants such as cactus and aloe vera below have fleshy stems. These stems are adapted to contain more dash. Yes, it is true. Like if I talk about cactus and aloe vera, so they are basically xerophytic plants. What are xerophytic plants? The plants which grow in desert area. The plants which grow in desert areas. And you know that desert areas are those areas which receives very, very less rainfall. So often there is, the shortage of water. There is shortage of water. And these areas are very hot. They are very hot. And they are all covered. There are a lot of, you'll see that the surface is covered all over with sand. We can find a lot of sand in desert areas. And the plants and the animals, like their survival is very difficult. But xerophytic plants can survive. The reason being, the plants and the animals, they have got special features which helps them to survive better in these extreme conditions. And this is called as adaptation. So one of the adaptation, like if I talk about cactus and aloe vera, they are xerophytic plants. Cactus and aloe vera, they are xerophytic plants. So they are adapted in such a way that they can survive well in desert areas. So yes, they have fleshy stems, and their stems are fleshy so that they can store more water in them. They can even, survive when there is very less water. So what they do, they have fleshy stems for storing water for use. So it is not soil, not food, not chlorophyll. Yes, it is water. So which statement is correct? Option C. Option is correct. Okay. Next question says, some insectivorous plants like sundew trap eat insects because. Yes, we do have insectivorous plants, and I hope you remember. Insectivorous plants are those plants which feed on insects. I'll write here, which feed on insects. Basically, their leaves are designed in such a way, leaves are specially designed so that they can trap insects. So their leaf surface is somehow sticky, and leaves are modified into pitcher sort of thing. So whenever the insect get attracted, it sticks to it and it engulfs it, and in the the hollow cavity that is present in them, like the pitcher if I'm talking about. So in pitcher, the digestive juices are secreted and they eat up insects and fulfill their nutritional requirement. So basically, do you know that they have got photosynthetic pigment in them? They have chlorophyll, but they are not able to photosynthesize food, and they feed on insects. The reason being, they grow in the soil which lack some of the required nutrients. That is the reason they cannot photosynthesize. So insectivorous plants eat insects because they do not have chlorophyll. Again, wrong, because I told you they do have. They cannot make their own food. No. It cannot trap sunlight. No. They can. The soil in which they grow lacks some nutrients is the correct answer. So option C is correct. So this is how, whenever you will get questions, you have to, look at them carefully and solve them. Okay. So this is how the leaves are modified. So I hope this video is useful to you, and now you know how to solve the questions.